So if you would, John, tell me who you are and a little bit about your business.
I'm John Everding. I'm managing partner of Bayside Seafood Grill Bar in the Venetian Village. We specialize in fresh local seafood, but we also have steaks, chops, pastas, a little bit of everything.
Why do you love what you do?
I love what I do because I grew up in the business. I was born in Wisconsin. My father had a restaurant, a fine dining restaurant for 40 years in Milwaukee. And I started when I was 12 and took a little break for school and went off to play some basketball, but I always loved the restaurant business. It was gave you a freedom at control of your money and making your own money. But that's what drew me to the business, and it still does to this day.
What is unique about your business?
Unique to Bayside, this view, for one thing. We have the best view in Naples. The Venetian Village was about 32 years old. It will be 32, and we were one of the first residents here in the village. We've gone through some changes. We've added this outdoor patio about 20 years ago, which also the outdoor bar shortly after. Back 20, 30 years ago in Naples, there weren't a lot of high-end restaurants, so there weren't really a lot of restaurants. Tony Ridgway, he was and is still known as the godfather of Naples as far as food is concerned. And so he had a hand in Naples dining from the get-go. Before you had all the restaurants on Fifth Avenue, all the restaurants on 3rd Street. Like I said, I've been in this business my whole life. I started when I was 12 years old, and it's just something it's always fun. It's always different. You're always meeting new people. And being here in Florida now, you get to meet people from all over the world. The longevity of being with such a good group of people, like I work with, is what makes it go. My staff here, we have very little turnover. Having that's what makes us what we are. Not even the view. You can get good food and good views, but it's my staff. I mean, my staff, my function coordinator, Jennifer, has been with me 20 plus years. She knows every concierge in this town and every florist and every baker. My chef, Abel, he's been with me for 20 years, 19, 20. And we're like brothers, and we look out for one another. It's all about those people, because if we didn't have the staff, we wouldn't be here for at least the last 20 years that I've been here. That just the quality and dedication of the staff has gone up because it's fun. It's fun to come here. It's a nice place to work. And my neighbors, Peter and Chris across the street at M and Ty at, all the other restaurants in the village, they're good people. They're very good people, and we look out for one another. And there's always that friendly competition, but it's always just in fun.
Are you open for business, and what are the details?
Our hours of operation, we're open 7 days a week. We 365 days a year, unless weather throws us a hurricane, and it has happened in the past, but we are open every day. We open for lunch at 11:30 and serve until 2 o'clock, and then that's up here in the main dining room. And then on Sundays we have a brunch from 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock. It's an a la carte brunch, very well done. From 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock when we open, we have a limited lunch menu. You're able to get food throughout the whole day, but we have to turn over from lunch to dinner. When you're doing 300-400 in the season, and then doing 300-400 at night, or for lunch, and then at night, you need that little, and that in the season, that's time between lunch and dinner is about that big. Where right now it's like this, we got time to do this, clean that. But so we're able to serve food throughout the day. And then our outdoor bar is open daily from 11:30 till closing. Closing at Bayside is 9:30. It's gotten a little later when we have the music out, but we'll serve until 9:30 and 10 o'clock in season.
what are some of the safety precautions that you all are taking?
When I was first informed about what may be happening was from Eric Lutgert, and he had called and said you may have to start spacing people out and possibly even closing. And so immediately we did what we needed to do. We've always been proactive. We try to get ahead, whether it is for a hurricane, whatever situation. The thing about restaurant business and restaurant people and lifelong restaurant people is we've become very adaptable. You know, we can go from, you have to remember, this started in the middle of March, in the middle of our busiest month, in the middle of my busiest 2 weeks of the year. And what happens is, this comes about where we have to close. You know, we take our precautions, we spread our tables at the proper distance. We've had everything cleaned. Again, this is after the reopening, which was May 8th. We reopened May 8th. May 4th, Governor DeSantis had lifted the restrictions, and we took a couple extra days to feel it out. We didn't want to, break any rule or anything like that. We wanted to make sure we were ready. So we did, and we spaced everything out, and we took a look at it and said we may have to take a couple more. We moved some more tables out. We set up our sanitary stations. We would normally have this beautifully set with salad forks and dinner forks and butter plates and butter knives and wine glass. This is a precaution. This is to help you and feel safe. All of our silverware is wrapped. The napkins are delivered daily by a great company here in town, Elsco, and so we've taken all that to heart. From sanitizer, I have small bottles of sanitizer we drop on the table with the check. People are getting used to the masks. We've offered masks here also. We're also adding an ion system into Bayside. This is something that's very important to people, especially with what we're going through right now. It will filter out I believe they told me 98%, 99.8% of any bad air that may be floating in here. So we'll be following up with that. Hopefully we'll have that done within the next month. We'll get back on the right path, and we'll get people back here. We'll get the hotels filled again, but it's definitely much different than anything I've experienced in my 45 years.
So if you would let people know where you are, the best way, to get a reservation, and if they should come on down.
We are at the Venetian Village, Bayside Seafood Grill and Bar. We're not downtown Naples. We're about halfway between the Ritz-Carlton in Naples and Naples proper downtown. We're in the Venetian Village, off 41, off of Park Shore Drive, over the bridge and to the left. You can make a reservation. Again, with what we do here, you can make a reservation by the phone. We'd be happy to take it. Special requests, always best to have a reservation. But even on the nights we're doing 300-400, we always are able to sneak people in. So reservations, we prefer if you have a special request, outside window, birthday, and you can make those here at Bayside. Give us a call at 649-5552, or you can also make your reservations with Open Table. We've been part of Open Table reservations for quite a few years. A lot of my guests love using it because they like their Open Table points and what these reservation systems do for them. So we've had a great relationship with them also. And I would really love to see, I've 23 years here at Bayside, 30 here at the Village. I've met many faces, but I always love to see more. I'm always looking for that first-time diner, that says, we've never been here before. We've been here for 5 years, 10 years, even some that have been here 20 years, and they'll say, we didn't even know you were here. So that's my thing. When I can get someone to say it's their first time here, we've been in Naples for 10 years, it's my first time here, I make it a point to make sure it's their best dinner they've ever had. And that's what it's about. My dad was my mentor. He said, You know, a lot of people open up restaurants, but they don't understand, you know, they think they can buy a bottle of liquor for this much and sell it for that much and make this much profit. It's you pour them a good drink with great service and serve them good food, and you will get them back. And that's what we've been doing here for 30 years. And again, a lot has to do with the staff. A lot has to do with the staff that's been with me the whole time. And but we'd like to invite anybody who's never been to Bayside before, please give me a call. You can ask for me directly. Just say, hey, is Big John there? And I'll make sure your first experience here will be the best.